when we look at the trends that are happening in with the COVID, clearly there's the work at home and there's the masks and these kinds of things. And I'm seeing this falling into kind of two main categories. First off, people are being exposed to more sound exposure than ever before. Certainly, headsets and headphones are providing wonderful solutions for communication, as Stuart said, for isolation, as Stuart said, to kind of escape in your corner of the house when there's a lot of chaos going on, as well as providing isolation, communication, and these things. But with that, it comes at a cost, and we're not sure the entire cost. There's more sound exposure to people, and we've been seeing this happening up until 6 months ago, and it's just accelerated. So in the day in the life of somebody, if I think of my kids, they wake up, they got their headphones on when they're exercising in the morning, then they're on video classes all day, and then they do the Netflix movie, and then they're tired of hearing from their parents, so then they got their their ANC on cranked up, and they're listening to God knows what kind of music they're listening to, right? And so what happens is the total exposure over the day in the life, and again, this is compressed audio, meaning that the lows and the highs, everything's kind of at a certain loudness, whether it's a Netflix movie or streaming music. So the sound exposure is higher than we've seen before. There's some alarming statistics. 1 in 6 teens right now, 1 in 6 teens have hearing loss from sound exposure. 5.2 million children have hearing loss. And when you start thinking about this in terms of people are living longer lives, that hearing loss is with them for the rest of their life. 85-plus-year-old people is the fastest growing population right now. So there's the sound exposure piece. The other thing that this trend is highlighting is the fact that people hadn't realized that they're on this hearing loss journey. And it is a journey. You start to lose your hearing, and some point, 5, 7, 9, 10 years later, you might acknowledge that you truly have a hearing loss problem that you want to go see a professional about. They're being highlighted the fact that they're on that hearing loss journey, primarily because of this triple whammy. First off, they're wearing masks, which muffle your voice, and they muffle the person you're speaking with's voice. And it muffles it in the consonants, which is the area where you have the most trouble distinguishing, okay? Or there's plexiglass. When you do find yourself going to the drugstore or something, there'll be plexiglass up. That's, again, attenuating or affecting the voice. The other thing is many of us might not be aware that we actually are becoming quite good lip readers. I remember my dad years ago would say, I can't hear you unless I get my glasses on. There's some truth to that. A lot of us don't realize how much we depend on being able to see your face and your lips move to make those subtle distinctions between certain vowels. And so now that people are wearing masks, people are becoming more acutely aware of the fact that they're on this hearing loss journey. There is good news. There is good news on this, which is those that actually do seek a properly fitted hearing aid, it does solve a lot of these problems. So, things like the Starkey Livio products have mask mode in them that is specifically tuned for that. And we use AI to actually do things to take a sampling of the environment and optimize for that. But with regards to this trend, more sound exposure than we've seen before. And then those that are on the sound loss journey. By the way, when you're trapped with family members in the home all day, and if you're a little bit hard of hearing and somebody hollers from you to the other room, there's no escaping it. Your kids, your parents, whomever it is, in my house, I have a little bit of hearing loss, right? They're not going to let me forget it. Dad, just put your hearing aid in. So, yeah, those are the two main things I'm saying.